Okay, here we go. Alright, so that's that, this, and that, and yep. Shit. Let's see. Set this up. Oh, I'm tired too. Might as well. Discord, come on, let's go. Let's go!
Private blends with the crew, celebrating with coins, repping that dope swag too. Now I'm about to sign off, you know it's time for that audit. Light up the group with my post, you know I'll rock in the socket. But remember y'all, Legion, it lives with a passion. From a man in the shadows, hey yo, the SoySauceAssassin assassin. So cut it, light it, love the smoke from your region. After all we connect, it's through the power of Legion.
Anyways, hey guys, Tony the SoySauceAssassin. It is Wednesday. We have small chat today. Obviously, small group. We'll have Jan Wilcox and Joe Sparaccio. He said he'll be popping in and out tonight. That's totally fine. Of course, gotta get the chat window going. There we go. So now we have Alberto, and as usual, let's set some music up just a tad so I can hear it.
Get some music going, man.
Yeah, I need some music, like, you know, just kind of going out. Hey, Yazzer is on right now. What you do? Holy cow! So yeah, today going back to the root, I'm gonna go with something really simple because this thing has been bothering me forever. This tube has been my humidor forever, right? And I think this is the one that Chris Power gave to me, but because I dropped it, so it cracked. and it's been cracked forever.
I can't see that.
So it was in my humidor forever. And so now I figure, if I smoke it, I don't have to worry about it. Every time I see it, I was like, damn, that thing's cracked. So yeah, I'm gonna smoke it today. So I don't have to think about it.
Dude, I can't see you, man.
What?
You're gray.
Yeah. For you can. Everybody else can. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn that on because it's a virtual camera. A camera that doesn't exist. Ooh. So like, there's like glass bits right now. Ooh. On this thing. Hopefully I don't have to smoke glass bit, but tab it just in case. Tab it. Alright. So this tube goes to the junk. Oh shoot. Yep. It is glass. Oh, it is glass. Gotta be very careful not to get myself nicked. Yeah. 1 second. Let me throw this away. I'm surprised that lasted that long. I'm very surprised that glass tube actually lasted this long without like falling apart on its own. So it's good that I smoked it today. Okay, I'm playing my game at the same time. Good evening, everyone. What game are you playing? I mean, there's a good game playing right now. Yeah, so like anything that's shiny whatsoever on this thing, I need to dust off just in case that's glass. But yeah, MaCanudo. I think it's green, so it's cafe, but one of those things. I think MaCanudo is one of those things that, like, either people heard it and hate it, absolutely hate it. Or people heard it, they're like, oh, it's not that bad. Hold on a second. I got more glass on the floor. I'm gonna pick it up. Cause I just stepped on.
Dang, Tony, you could have done that before the show, man.
Hey, I wasn't sure if that thing was gonna explode on me. Okay. So I'm gonna head this.
Either that or get your crew to do it, man.
I'm a crew of one, yo. I'm a crew of one.
Well, you can get a crew.
I can't. I mean, who's gotta only work 2 days a week?
Sure.
Okay, so let's light this up. Talk about this.
I'm going simple, man. I'm going
Short stack.
Short stack.
Let me talk about what I did today in a minute. Let me light this up though. Alright. So, easy smoke. If you don't know what MaCanudo is basically what I would consider a branded bundle. Literally, I feel like MaCanudo is a branded bundle. It's actually, $6 to $8 range, but tastes like a bundle stick. It's not too bad though. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's just not amazing good, which I think that's okay for a lot of cigars. Not amazing good is okay.
It's funny. I was watching. I was thinking about The Office. Andy was talking about, we're going to get some beer, get some MaCanudos. He's talking about cigars.
MaCanudos.
And we're going to use MaCanudo as the brand. So that's kind of like, it's people know about the brand. I saw it on All in the Family episode one time.
Is it?
Oh wow! He goes, these are MaCanudos.
And MaCanudos.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm thinking to smoke Davidoff for the last 2 days a lot, because like I was reading this comic and this bad guy in the comic continuously smokes Davidoff. Like every other frame, you see a Davidoff somewhere in there. It's not sponsored by Davidoff, but it's just in there. It's like, could I not like just read my manga, read my comic in peace without reading any of the baits? Just stop putting the brands out there. You can put cigar in the comic, that's totally fine, but like you had to put a Davidoff brand in there. See the problem here?
Yep.
But yeah, I pretty much spend the week kind of half work, half relaxed, half work. And then, you guys know I have a crap load of coffee bean in the house right now. Crap load. I'm talking about like bags after bag. I can stack a pillow, stack up as a pillow to sleep on, king size pillow, no problem. So I have that much coffee bean. So I decided to go buy one of those like automated, smart coffee bean roaster. And I know that the bean is super finicky. Like without monitoring it, it's really, really hard to get it right. But it's like, what the heck? I'm just gonna toss in there, use one of their presets, and just see what happens, right? I use their slow roast preset. I set the bean region. I put it all in there, 100 gram at a time. Well, guess what? I did 3 batches. All 3 batches are not the same color.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it's the bean itself is so finicky that it requires very slow roast, and it requires monitoring. It requires for you to listen to the bean cracking, and the machine is so loud I can't hear the bean cracking. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Is it enough for me to drink? I don't know. My wife was like, don't you want to make some and let us taste it? I was like, I can guarantee from the look of this, if I make some, you gotta drink it, it's gonna taste like sour fruit, and you gotta run to the bathroom for like 2 days. Because they're literally green beans.
Wow.
They're literally still green beans. So yeah, some finicking is required to get it to the right number. You gotta preset all those numbers. You had to grow, the bean had to heat up a certain way. It's not just like, okay, crank up the heat, blah, 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 and then become drinkable. No. So what happens is, I'm going to use up, I think, maybe 10 pounds of beans. Just play with it.
Yeah. Well, you'll learn.
I'm not trying to compete with Tim because he knows how to roast it. So if you guys want to drink something that he can roast, you want to get it from him because he knows how to roast it. His bean come out just fine. I looked at it, it was fine. So if you want to drink them, that's where you get it from. You get it from Tim. I wanted to be able to roast some for myself because I don't want to mail it over and mail it back. The cost is, I could have bought coffee bean roasted ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? If I have to send it to him, roast it, send it back to me again, way too much for that amount of bean. That's a lot of bean. So I'm trying to get something so that I can roast it myself. It is a very costly machine. Just under $1,000 I get. It's very tiny. It only does 100 gram at a time.
Wow.
Which after you cook it, it shrinks down to about 70 grams, 75 grams. All right, it does shrink about 30%. So yeah, that's what I did. I mean, today literally that's what I did. I bought all kind of stuff, and I bought stuff to age the coffee. All right, so not every coffee are good with age, but this is the one coffee that's good to age for 3 months. So I want to cook a bunch of it, and I'm gonna age it for 3 months. And what I want to do is once I age them enough, people who want to get them can still get them. People don't want to get them, that's fine. I want to drink them because it's hard to keep coffee for 3 months. Like Albert, you bought a lot of coffee, right? Here and there, even the K-cups. Is there one K-cup in your house that has been 3 months old sitting there?
No.
Exactly. It's very hard to keep a coffee sitting there and not touch for 3 months, knowing that you got to drink them, right? Yeah. Especially knowing that you got to drink them, it's hard to keep it there. So, my project is to test roast them to a way that I want it, and I want to keep them for 3 months. And that's the project that I'm doing right now, which I think will be fun. I think it will be a fun thing to do.
That's cool.
Okay. I already announced who's the winner of a bunch of stuff. So, for those people who has been mentioning nasty soy sauce, thank you for playing. I'm surprised nobody asked what the hell is the nasty soy sauce so far. Everybody just posted on there, but no one asked.
Who won?
Huh?
Who won?
The nasty soy sauce was Juan Pardo.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I went in every episode. At the end of the episode, I wrote it down how many people did it, and then I have my wife's eeny, meeny, miny, mo, bam. Juan Pardo. So
Okay, cool. Congrats, Juan. Awesome.
all right. And the other winner that was announced today was Joe Sparaccio, which is the one where I asked you guys to go post a review of the coffee that you guys drank. And because you guys posted, there's only 4 of them, so quarter chance. Actually, that's pretty good chance. Okay.
Yep,
So yeah.
I was one of them. I know that.
So you know, that was an easy win. Aside from that, I know people were talking about wanting me to make the humidors, the one that I showed you guys last show, the humidor one. They did say that if you want to order a smaller demo, we can make you the smaller demo. We had to make 10 of them. So that's what it comes to right now. I think we have 5 people that want it. So I'm debating whether or not to make 5 more for myself. They are kind of costly. Demo? They are kind of costly. They're like, what's this, like 65, 70 bucks, something like that. I mean, they haven't given me the exact shipping yet.
What's the smaller demo mean?
Say that again?
You said smaller demo. What does that mean?
The smaller demo. So when I say ask them for do a demo, they do 1 piece of demo. All right. So that first one that I showed you guys, that was a demo. Okay. And they, if you gotta order any more, you had to order their minimum required quantity, or they're not gonna turn on their machine for it. All right, which is 500 unit.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So I said, you know, I can't do 500 unit because I'm not selling these. So what can I do? And it's like, oh well, I make you another demo, and then you have 2. You gotta be kidding me, right? If you gotta make it anyway, make me a few. Make me a few. And you know, even maybe in the future, I will order 500, but not right now. I need a few. And they're like, how much is few? 2? I was like, come on, right? So it gets to okay, we will do this with a minimum of 10. Minimum of 10. And now they're like, okay, 10 big one, 10 small one. He's like, we can do 10 small ones. Big one, I already make you a demo. You gotta make 500. Right? So they want to push the sale up, of course. So
yeah, don't we're in a pandemic, man. Don't you want business?
Well, they are not particularly a place that lasers the humidor. They are more like making the humidor.
Right.
So to them, that's something extra that they don't really have to do because they ship out humidor as is anyway.
Oh, okay.
So they don't really care. I mean, that's not something that they wanted to deal with.
That makes sense.
So, but they did a good job. That's the thing. Like whoever they do it with did a good job. So I said that give me a few days to see if I can get 10 people that want it. If not, then we'll figure it out. So right now I have, including Daniel Loser. Daniel has been here for 90 days yet? I have to check. Daniel, if you're here 90 days, then I can do it. If you're not here 90 days yet, I can't. I will have to follow the rules. Within 90 days, members cannot have swag.
But the question would be, would he receive it in the time frame, right?
I don't know. I don't know how long it will take, you know?
You know what I mean, though? But, like, it's not going to be, if he's only, like, a couple weeks away or even a month, then he should be able to order it. And
well, if it's only a couple weeks away, I'll allow this to happen, okay? But then I don't know. If it's like a month, then I don't know, right?
Well, a month, but it'll get bought. I mean, you know it'll get bought.
So,
Tony, you know it'll get purchased, man. Somebody's going to buy the damn thing.
somebody. But yeah, I have to make sure it makes sense for me because you know, it's expensive and I had to deal with it. And shipping it out is not cheap either, so I had to figure out what's not.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's right for you. I get that. But
Yeah.
I bet what I'm saying is you probably got 6 people right now that's, you know, they said they want one before you said they were available. So,
right. I mean, the problem is that, you know, how do I describe it? I don't really want to make 10, and then after I make 10, you got 20 more people say I want one.
Well,
And now I'll be like, I can't do anything about that.
then you need to be on the. You need to join. You need to watch. You need to be on the lives and all that.
That's
right?
why I'm making an announcement over and over again before I make that choice. You know, I need to know people wants it or not. You know,
Right.
I don't want to make 10 and then you come back and say, hey Tony, why didn't you let me know? I
Right.
did let you guys know, all over the place, day after day, for like weeks. You know.
Nah, dude, people get busy and whatnot. You just got to roll with it, man.
But that's the thing. Like, you know, I put the announcement out there. I just want people to at least pay some attention to say yes or no, right? If you, it's almost like the snooze you lose. But I'm so soft on that kind of stuff. Like, you know, if somebody asks for it, I'm like, I'll try. You know, I don't know, but I'll try. So there is some difficulty for me. So, all right. So, in terms of MaCanudo, how do I describe this?
It's got its own little flavor, I think.
It's definitely Connecticut. It's on the sweeter side. It does at times taste like cardboard box. There's no bullshit on that. It will still taste like cardboard box from time to time. Okay.
It's got like I always remember them to have like a little weird taste to it. Just a little something about it that's kind of different.
Yeah, for me, at times, if you smoke it too fast or something like that, it will taste like cardboard box, like those brown cardboard boxes. All right, but then other than that, it tastes like, you know, a Connecticut, a tobacco, a little bit cedary. It has this pepper that failed. You know, like if pepper has a school of white peppers, that's the white pepper that constantly get, you know, below average grades, and then decided to end up in this cigar. You know, the pepper that got left behind is in here. Okay.
The pepper that needs intervention.
Oh yeah. All right. So what I mean is that you can taste the flavor of pepper, but it does not burn. It barely does, if any. It will take something. Like literally, you need to talk to this pepper for half an hour straight to maybe realize that pepper was there. All right. So
One thing guys, people, they hang on to pepper too. You ever see anybody like refill their pepper?
what about refilled pepper?
Like black pepper. Does it ever go bad? It's got to go bad, right?
No, white pepper does not go bad.
Black pepper doesn't go bad?
Black pepper does not go bad. Peppercorn, they're
You can have
corn.
it forever?
They're dried.
You can have it forever and it'll stay. Really?
So, you'll never find a ghost pepper that's dried and say that's not spicy.
Well, I'm not talking about ghost pepper.
But you know what I mean? Like, the pepper is the seed, right? The seed can stay dry forever and then never goes bad. The only way to get it back is if it molds and whatever. And it's really hard to do on a pepper. It's really hard to mold a pepper, right? Because they simply is just repelling everything. I mean, you can't even get ants to carry pepper away, you know? So pepper is just one of those things that things don't want to stay away. Like, you can have some, like, you know, the Thai sambal, you know, like garlic and pepper sauce, you know, just red chili sauce. Literally, you can leave it out there for a long time. Even if the surface is moldy, the bottom is still good. Okay. Like,
I wouldn't trust it. No, but
then that's the thing. The bacteria doesn't like it. It doesn't want to eat through it. It only eat the surface because surface has some of those garlic, sugary stuff. But
Yeah,
in the pepper itself, there's nothing to grow on.
I get you, brother, but I'm just saying, you know, I believe you, but I'd just dump it and refill it, man.
I'm just thinking this way, like rice. Rice can survive a atomic bomb attack and it's still edible. So it's one of those things. And the pepper is just one of those things that will survive forever.
So it wouldn't be radioactive?
I never tried it. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I think it's gonna be radioactive.
I know a lot of people after World War II, when the atom bomb hits, there was no food, and what happened is they found two things that survived. One is cockroach. All the cockroach survived, and then they found where the cockroach went to is a pile of burnt rice So when they open up that, take away that burnt rice, the bottom is all fine. Everything was good, and they ate it. So funny how that works. Cockroach survive atom bomb, nuclear bomb. So yeah. That's one of the things that I know for sure. I have peppers that's in my cabin for 4 or 5 years at a time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You might not. Most people is not gonna believe it. So what are you doing with wet pepper in your cabinet for 5, 6 years, right?
Well,
I can tell you, there's one specific brand of pepper that just tastes better than any other brand in the world. Okay, and what I do is I will buy a large amount of it and put it in my cabin because I always need it. All right, because I have gone to a situation one time where I literally ran out of it and I cannot find anywhere to buy it. And I ended up buying it online after I found it for I'm trying to find a reference in sizing. A jar of pepper about this big for $30. Alright?
Okay.
So that was ridiculous price because when I bought the original one, this size was $5. So after that, I was like, you know what? I gotta spend $30 anyway. I might as well buy a large amount of it and leave it in my house. So I leave them for 5, 6 years, eat it, still just as good.
Well, there you go, man. There you have it.
But yeah, this cigar has that pepper that has failed. All right, you can taste the flavor or aroma of pepper, but it doesn't burn. So it literally just failed you. But the construction is not too bad.
Fake pepper, like fake news, fake pepper.
All right, so it's not too bad. I mean, the burn is not too bad. Draw is okay. It's slightly tighter than I like. Smoke output climbs, not too bad. Price, I think because this one's on tubo, I think when it's on the tube, the glass tube is like $10. They're like $10. But like without the tube, they're like $8, $8.50 maybe. And when it's on sale, it's like $6.50. So they're not expensive, yet they're at that point where it's like brand, but you knew this was some sort of bundle cigar quality stuff. Not saying that it's bad, it's just not extraordinarily good. I smoke this when I go to a store where their stuff are either too strong or too mild for my selection. I just, I know this one, I'm gonna smoke this one because I know I'll be drinking. Then let's smoke something light,
Yeah.
It does have this like
our if all they sell is the freaking Gordos, man. God, I hate that.
The sizing sometimes turns me away from specific cigars. I've been to a shop near here that majority of their sizes are Toros. And I was just like, can we just have something like tiny Robusto kind of thing? And it's just, sometimes you go to a shop disappointed. Like you want to support the shop, but you kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I've done that.
Right? And, it's not like I called the shop ahead of time.
I've like been driving, like I was in this little small town nearby, and I saw a tobacco shop and it said premium cigars. I'm like, okay, let's go find out. So I go in there and they had it was basically cigarettes and vape and all that crap, but they had a nice little humidor. But I walk in and there wasn't one cigar I didn't know about. And so I kind of looked around and left. I didn't even buy nothing. I'm like, nah, I don't want to.
My biggest problem is that nowadays when you go outside, you see a store called the smoke shop, right?
Yeah, it turns out to be vape and crap.
They are usually hookahs, vape, or some sort of like weed kind of thing. You can barely find cigars. If they have cigars, it will be the size of this. That's it. That's all you have. Cigars, right? So it's kind of weird that they name it smoke shop.
Yeah, it's like a little 12 by 12 space is what it was. So it wasn't bad. But
But
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
I can understand why some stores that like call a smoke shop but sell majority hookahs, because hookah makes a big money. Hookahs, the whole setup is expensive. It's so intricate. You can have all kind of things. You can replace parts and stuff like that. Cigar is just consumable. You get one, you're done, right?
Yep.
Like hookahs, they don't expire. I mean, glass tube, they don't expire. They can leave it there forever. So it's safer for small shops to have that kind of stuff rather than having a full-blown cigar shop. You know, when you have a cigar shop, you need inventory, you need facings, you need all that stuff. But when you own a hookah shop, you just need parts. You know, glass bottom, tubes, and all that stuff. And they don't expire. You can leave them there as long as you want, right?
Right.
So it makes more sense. Cigar shop is hard to upkeep. You gotta constantly getting more inventory in. You gotta push the old inventory out, but then it's kind of a catch 99 because you know the cigar are better as they age inside your humidor, but you need that space.
Yep.
So it's like you have to choose what to do with that, right? You can't say, you know what, these cigars can sit here as long as they want. They age, and by the time the customer come in, they are gonna have a good experience with this particular cigar because now they have been aged properly in my humidor, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, well, but then the longer they sit there, the longer I have no income from those.
But I think you can also run into problems with the clientele.
Well, yeah, if you have a bunch of cigars that's just not popular in your store, then you know it's not catering to the right people.
That or the people act like idiots.
and it's hard for a store to kind of know like initially what I'm gonna go with and you know what kind of customer you gotta get, right? So right, unless
You can affect that too. I mean, you can influence. A lot of it has to do with how you educate the customer too. I think.
sure,
I'm not really big on all of the little pamphlets and stuff like that they put up on, the little cards and
displays?
shit. Yeah, some of the displays get a little gaudy or a little. You almost kind of want like what does the owner say about the cigar, or like what did the owner find about this cigar that might be helpful? You know what I mean?
But think of this way, okay? Let's say
Something
if
that's readable.
let's say if I run a store, okay, and I start the store with all the vintage brand, the standard brand, the general brands, right?
Sure.
And I get a bunch of like medium light stuff, like Connecticut and naturals, right? And then you have neighbors that walks in, right? Okay, the first neighbor walks in, turns out to be Matt Hashimoto. He's not gonna buy anything because he like full body cigars. He likes boutique, and he's gotta look at all these things like Oliva O and Oliva G's.
And you don't know who else is coming in, right?
And then he's just gonna walk away, right? And that's the thing. And then if you put all the strong stuff, I think all the people that come to my shop is gonna be big shots. I'm gonna have a bunch of boutique, Toro size, heavy stuff, good stuff. Like the flathead 660s and 770s and all that stuff. I'm gonna put it up, okay? I'm gonna have Julius Caesar. I'm gonna have Andalusian Bowl. I'm gonna have those good stuff there. Somebody walking brand new cannot buy anything.
Yep.
It's hard to find that balance, right? So a lot of time you'll find that a shop that you usually go to, you started out like exploring the store. You gotta get all kind of things. You gotta get your Romeo and Julieta. You gotta get your Ashtons. You gotta get the Olivas. You gotta get the basics startup, right, stuff. And then as you work there, you're like, oh, these start to look really good. Now that I can taste things, right? I'm gonna start to get the medium stuff, right? And I start to learn how to celebrate with some padrones, you know, maybe some Davidoffs, you know, the DTTs, you know, start to go medium. And then at the end of your journey towards the medium stuff, you start to realize that you've outgrown that store. Because there's so many of those beginner to medium stuff that you're no longer interested. Right? You start to get the heavy stuff. You start to get, you know, the like I said, the Andalusian bowl, the Toro, the Maduros, the longer, bigger, darker leaf stuff. And those are limited in the average store. In the average store, full body stuff are very limited because most people can't handle it, right? It's usually medium, medium plus, and lower.
Yep.
Right? So when you get to that point, you start to feel like you've outgrown that store. And then now, every time you go to that store, you start to bring your own cigars.
That pisses him off. He goes, yeah, so what does he say?
But you know what I'm saying, right? Yaza says most smoke shop will carry what sells very quickly. If you frequent the shop and talk to the person that orders to get people to talk about the other brands, generally they will bring it for you. Yes, but like I said, the same thing, space. The humidor is only so big, right? Now, for everything that you want to smoke, that does not mean other people want to smoke. Like when you get to the heavier stuff, when you get to the, like, you know, smoking lunatic, smoking, you know, those big, heavy stuff, your selection starts to narrow, right? So aside from smoking those things, you smoke whatever that's new. Once you carry something new, that means they need space, they need shelving space, right? So you get one shelving space, that means they have to get rid of one thing. So as a shop owner, that's when you go, where I'm gonna cater to. Am I gonna cater to the new people, or am I gonna cater to the old people? Which one? Do I bring in more and more boutique, or do I stay the same and only take, you know, it's hard to say, like for example, if you walk into the store and all of a sudden say, I wanted to order Liga number 9 to a small store that does not carry Liga number 9. You think that store can just simply carry Liga number 9? They're kind of expensive. So is he going to carry the Liga number 9 just for you?
Yeah, probably not.
Right? You go in there, you know, I like something different. I like something catchy. Let's get some, like, well, they already have, most stores have punch. But then their punch is not like the special stuff. Their punch are like regular punch, right? The punch originals, the punch, like, you know, the 3 colors. That's what usually they have. And you know, you go in there and it's just, you know, let's get something like Alec Bradley. Whenever they have new stuff, let's bring it in. Well, then they had to sign an entire thing to get more facings. And then, you know, if you go to the store over here, their humidors are full. It's, you know, just that, you know, they have humidor on the walls, right? Yo. Yep. So they have humidor that's on the wall. They're usually on the wall. They don't have a walk-in one over here. So the shelf is limited space.
Oh, by the way, just if you don't mind, I rewatched last Saturday, and y'all did not show the coin prior to me getting on. So
I didn't say we did. I didn't say we did. I didn't say we did. I didn't say we did.
I'm just saying.
I didn't say we did.
I'm just for the record. I just wanted to say that for the record.
Why is that an issue?
No,
All
because
right.
Matt was giving us a hard time since we already did it. And we're like, no. Oh wow. Well, so Jason, is that yes or no? You know that congratulations. Wah, wah, wah.
What happened? What I miss?
Jason Munn says, "Hey everyone, just got home from dinner with my daughter's boyfriend. He asked permission to ask my daughter to marry him."
Wow.
That's why I say, is that a congratulations or is that wah wah?
Who paid for dinner?
Right.
When you ask for permission, the boyfriend better pay for the dinner. Oh, here we go, thumbs up. So yeah, congratulations. I hope you like the guy. If not, hey, we got your back. We can do one of those like Will Smith kind of thing. The Bad Boys do.
Right. When he comes up to the door.
I'm not afraid to go back. All the Drew Estate Liga stuff is located in, so a store has to buy a certain amount of standard Drew Estate stuff to get it in. Lots of game hurdles. It was just now. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like, you can't just say, I wanted this, bring it back for this customer, because they had to buy a whole slew of stuff before they can carry those popular stuff. So that's the problem. Yeah, so it's hard for the store, and it's hard for the consumer to say your local store has got to cater to you. Most likely they can't. Not they don't want to, they just can't, right? A lot of time I wish my local shop carried more of Davidoff, so I don't have to go to New York to get Davidoffs. But New York has high tax rate. Just support a store and they had to pay tax rate. It's like dilemma. It's hard. It's hard. So, my local shop, they have the standard Davidoff stuff, and literally the amount of Davidoff stuff fills one slide of shelf. That's it. One slide of shelf. So probably I would say 3 feet by 1 feet, or maybe 2 feet. 3 feet by 2 feet size of cabinet. That's all the Davidoff they carry. So it wasn't a lot,
It's not a lot. There's this one store that has a entire 2 cabinet things full of Davidoff.
No, that's the thing though. Just because they have a whole wall of Davidoff doesn't mean they have enough variety of Davidoff. They will put like 3 different sizings, the Vitolas of one specific cigars, or like a lot of them I see like they'll have one shelf that's the their regional stuff, which are the Yamasas, the Nicaragua and stuff like that, right? And they have another shelf which their standard stuff, the 2000 tubos and 3000s and 4000s, like that standard stuff, right? And then they have the bottom shelf with some like Churchill's, late nights, late hours, that kind of stuff. And then that was it. That was all the selection. But then that will fill the whole wall because they have so many display and other stuff in there. So just because they have a whole wall, it does not mean they have variety. They have Vitola variety. They don't have variety.
Yeah, I think late night is Jack in the Box. That's that box.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you are,
it's a different kind of thing.
so like, I remember like if you go to a Davidoff store, they have one single display of the late hour, and then that's on a barrel, and the barrel itself is like empty, and then they stack some on there, and it just makes it big. It looks like a gigantic display, but it's for one cigar. Right? It looks like, oh, they have a lot of Davidoff. Look at that. Well, that's like one cigar. Multiple Vitola license, one cigar. So, it's hard to find interest in that. Like sometimes you go to a store and it looks like they have a lot of cigars, but it's just different size of the same cigar all over the place, right? And they put the most interesting stuff in the center table, right? If you go into a humidor, the center table are usually the cool stuff, right? And then like the right corner usually is the heavy stuff, the expensive stuff, and the left side are usually the cheaper stuff. And you just browse through the left side, and then they have an entire 3-4 shelf of Olivas. 3-4 shelves of Olivas, and then you're like, okay, they don't have that much, because Olivas, just the Vitola per each thing, you have like 3 different cigars. right? Oliva O's have 3 sizes. Oliva G's have three sizes. Oliva V has what, like 4 sizes. So it's not really a lot of cigars. It's not a lot of different cigars. It's a lot of same cigar, different sizes. And that's what gets me disappointed when I walk into the store, where they put the Vitola side to side and make it look like there's a lot of cigars. I like it that, a lot of times it's like they put out one cigar, and then on the bottom they say they have other sizes, but then they have a lot of different ones. That's what I like. Go in there, you see brand after brand, different names, different cigars, and they tell you that there is other sizes. That's what I like. Right? And I think that's one of the reasons Cigars Daily continue to have to kind of get a new place for inventory, right? Because every time they carry something in, if they don't get rid of something, there's no shelf space, right? And they continue to do that, and because they do that, they have to, because before, if you go in there, the middle aisle table is their like filthy Vikings, all that stuff, and then the little corner they have all the Liga stuff. But now they have their own brand, right? The American Viking. So now all those are actual individual boxes. They have to set everywhere. It's actually not that easy to carry those if you don't have that space. It's always about the space. Eventually you run out of space because the way you had to display it, you run out of space. So tough. It's tough to go to a store locally that has the cigar that interests you. It might have the cigar that you already like. So it's just kind of different, right? Between I know what I want to buy that, versus I just want to browse. Hit myself. I just want to browse something new, different that I want to buy today. Something I haven't tried before. And that's the tough part.
And that's the thing. If you go to a local lounge, you may not be able to do that. That may not be in the cards for you. It is what it is. Right?
Yeah,
you you like.
That's the tough part. That's what makes it harder and harder to support your local shop. Because if you want new stuff, you have to buy online. But if you gotta buy online, you might as well buy whatever that you need anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what makes it harder, because your local store, this is limited space. I cannot just carry whatever you want. Well, unless you're like Cigar International or something like the Two Bros cigar in New Jersey. They literally have that entire humidor, looks like a library. Then yeah, you can carry whatever you want. But then again, they're also online store. They're majority online, right? So even when you browse, you're not gonna walk into their library of things. You're gonna browse whatever the wall is, and whatever they have in the wall, it's not that impressive. Whatever they have in the back, very impressive, right? So
yeah,
that's why online wins. Online wins like that. It's just not. There's no way to resolve that problem. I think there's no way to resolve that problem where you had to balance your local brick and mortar versus online purchase. When online purchase has so much more advantage. No tax, good selections. Literally you can just type in the name online and you'll probably find somewhere to buy it. I mean, obviously the big stores are out there, right? So for Martin, that's the famous smoke shop. And there's also the Corona cigars. There's we do Cigar King. We do what's the other one?
Cigars International.
Cigars International, I already said it, but there's another one that's also big.
Fox.
Fox cigar. When you type in online, you're bound to find those. You're bound to find one of those. Oh, the JR cigar too. JR cigar is pretty big as well. So that's before you even walk out anywhere. Before you go to a store and start to run in circles, and then you feel bad for not buying anything. Like, I feel weird if I go to a store and browse and didn't find anything I want. I kind of feel like I got let down. And it's not even their fault, because I kind of knew before I walk in there. It's like, oh, I'm going to see what they have. When I tell myself I got to see what they have, I already know I'm probably going to be very disappointed. Thompson Cigar is one place I would not want to buy cigars from. They are so annoying. Like, you know, you think those like scam telemarketers bad. Thompson telemarketers is even worse. They got bought out. I don't know how they are right now. But my experience with them was once they have one phone call with you, you'll constantly get the phone call. You constantly get a text message. You constantly get an email. And constantly get the pamphlet in your mailbox. Just to say, buy their, like, subscribe to their programs, Fiverr or whatever. All kind of crazy stuff. And it will be non-stop. As if you know, they will guilt trip you on the phone. They'll guilt trip you on the phone. Oh, I just have a lot of cigars to smoke recently. You know, I haven't found anything I like. Okay, so what do you like? I didn't find anything I like. That's fine.
That's what happened when I subscribed to this online reviewer.
What do you mean?
I get plastered with all this annoying do the my cigar thing and this and that.
But that has a choice. You can turn it off. But that has a choice. You know, that's a choice, right? You cannot watch it. But then, like, when they call you, you gotta pick it up. And what's about noise? They like to call me when I'm driving. They love to call me when I'm driving. I just can't stop. Every time I drive, they call me. As if they knew I was like moving fast. Our shop in Maryland and DC do a good job carrying a lot of different brands, and there's a lot of foot traffic on demand, so they are able to do that. But for a small shop, small town, it won't be. Yeah, but that's the thing. Majority of the places up north here, you know, Maine or Maine has a few big ones. But Massachusetts, we have like 5 cigar shop max, and all of them are small. Right? The only way to go to New Jersey, New Hampshire, or Rhode Island. All of them is more than an hour drive for me to get cigars. It doesn't make sense. You know, if I'm gonna drive that much, I might as well drive to New York. You know. So yeah. Cause like if I drive up there and drive back, that's 2 hours. 2 hours, I'm like only a little bit away from New York. The DMV, Georgia, Texas, and Arizona are big cigar places where generally you have, yeah, and that's the thing that kind of confused me a little bit. I mean, I can understand Texas and Arizona, but Georgia, you know, Florida, Miami, they have good cigar shops. Why? You know, what did that came from? What did that idea came from? I don't understand. So, Martin, you didn't have to work today? Huh?
I did have to work today.
Oh, okay.
You talking cigar lounge?
Because you're later. You're like 11. You're like 10:35 kind of person right now.
That's on Saturdays.
So cigar guy didn't get on, man. What happened to that guy?
Who?
Cigar head or something.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, didn't he say he was gonna be on?
Oh, I asked him if he wanted to be on. He didn't respond.
No, because he was on Discord saying that he was gonna be on earlier today.
Oh, no.
But you know, things always take over. You know, I always have things to do, that kind of stuff. That's okay. I understand. It's Wednesday. You know, because today he already has cigars, right? He's like, who else is smoking? I was like, I have live tonight, so I'm just gonna smoke during the live. You know, I don't have to smoke during the day, even though I could have. Today was warm enough, but it was windy recently. There's a lot of wind advisory lately in the you know, middle and upper east.
We had a lot of wind too.
Yeah, the winds are crazy this year. Like literally.
Oh man! So I gotta tell y'all something that happened, man.
Go ahead.
So like 3.5 weeks ago, the restroom right next to my classroom stopped working. Like I came in on Monday and it wasn't working. You know, like this is before spring break, whatever. A week before spring break, I think is what it was. All right, so I said, hey man, this, you know, the hot water line's working, but the cold water's not. And so the toilet's not flushing and all that kind of stuff. So they shut down both toilets, right? Both girls across the hall, same thing. Boom. So I happen to see the plumber in the hall. I mean, this is like 3 weeks later, right? I see the plumber in the lounge, and I was like, in teacher lounge, like, hey, are y'all here to fix that thing? He's like, no, we're doing something different, but I'll check it out. So he gets down in the hole, right, where because there's access underneath the thing. He gets down there and he finds out that there's like water shooting out like 15 feet because it came off a 90-degree elbow, and it's been doing that for 3 weeks, man. There's like 2 inches of water down there. Yes,
but it's not leaking.
He got stuck. No, it leaked, but no one could see the leak because it was the way everything is.
It was on the ground floor.
Yeah, like we're only on one floor, but yeah. And so like he was trying to get out, and he actually got stuck underneath there, man. He got like where he couldn't get out. He like
swim out.
It's kind of crazy, man. But it was like it's like that sand or whatever. But yeah, man, the water's been leaking like that for 3 freaking weeks, man.
I thought they turned it off. Don't you turn it off?
Oh, they didn't, man. Well,
but then you said this elbow. Is it a trap elbow or just a 90-degree elbow?
Well, it's just like one of the little elbows where it's bringing the water through. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But they had turned off the water, and then they turned it back on because they're adding a new gym to our building. So we thought maybe they just didn't turn it back on. And sure enough, man,
they turned it back on. Underground swimming pool.
3 freaking weeks, man. Yeah. Yep.
It's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. It's got to eat through the foundation, whatever that is.
What do you think the water bill is on that thing?
Well, water bill alone is actually not that expensive because school is on a different grid. So school water is actually not that expensive, right? So I have water that leaked all night. It was like full blown because the faucet got frozen and broke off and was shooting water out all night. And literally, the only difference was like a penny.
Dude, I had a leak going on out in front of my house, and that was it was about a week's worth of leaking, and that was a good $300-400, man.
$300-400?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're in Texas.
I guess.
Your water is more expensive. For us, the water was cheap. Like, I take bath every single night.
Yeah.
So you imagine how much water I use. So my water bills are $150 to $160 a quarter. That's with bath water, tubs of water every night.
Wow, that's not bad.
And that's aside.
That's wild though, dude. So at least we got our toilet back. That's kind of nice.
And I flush my toilet probably 30 times a day. So yeah. And then you gotta ask, why do I flush my toilet 30 times a day? Because my wife doesn't like to flush toilet, so whenever I walk by a toilet, I flush just in case. Yeah.
I understand.
It's like, I don't know what's in there. I'm just gonna flush it anyway. There we go. Black Friday? They're actually calling last Friday Black Friday in Asia. So you guys all know about that, the cotton issues with the Uyghurs. So, the U.S. is blaming human rights issues to China because they were mistreating and they were doing genocide towards Chinese people. I mean, not Chinese people, Uyghurs, right? And they're like the outskirt of the area. So China tried to shift the focus because they realized that, hey, you know what? If they gotta talk about them, let's shift the focus instead of having them talking about human rights issues. We can just say, well, certain companies are refusing to use their cottons, and let's just blame them for not using our cottons because they're trying to force an issue that wasn't an issue. So now everybody's talking about they were banning, like they were removing the company like H&M, Nike, Adidas, Uniqlo. Those companies, they refuse to use the cottons from China right now because they think there's a human rights issue. And they say, well, let's make that a big thing. Let's remove and then tell the Chinese people not to buy those brands because they are against using Chinese cotton. Okay? While Martin is falling asleep. So, that thing was whole thing was blown up. Everything, everybody's like, oh, cotton. Everybody forgot this whole thing was about human rights issues, about genocide. Everybody's talking about cotton. You know, people are burning their Nikes. They're like, oh, we're not gonna buy stuff. While they're protesting, what they're wearing is Nike and Adidas. While they're protesting, right? Well, and they remove our search results on their website. So if you type in H&M on their search engine, you'll find nothing. I don't even think you can go to H&M.com. You cannot even go to Uniqlo.com or whatever. You just can't. All right? They remove all access to those brands. The brand says, well, our physical stores are here, so let's see how good your CCP commands are. Like, you're telling people to boycott our brands. Let's see what happens, right? So, H&M, 70% off. People give in. They just went to the store and line up in a line, rob the store basically, just buy everything they can buy. They go to the Nike outlets. They were buying like 7 pair of shoes, 9 pair of shoes, and they were waiting in line. They were rushing in. The guys like one at a time. They don't care. They just rush in, just rob the store. Basically, they try. Eventually, the stores, online stores, have given up. They're like, okay, we're gonna allow Nike shoes to be sold because that's people are buying those, right? So they allow one style of Nike sneakers, like one of those Jordan ones, to be on there. It's sold out in 1 minute. Sold out in 1 minute. So literally, people don't really care about that much. If it's on sale, they will buy it. Sale enough, they will buy it.
I can see that.
But yeah, but then we see it this way. But China is right now. It's like, okay, that's good because we shift the whole thing, the whole focus away from human rights issue. They just think it's cotton issue, and nobody gave a shit about cotton issue. So they're like kind of relax on it. Now they kind of give in. But the biggest issue is the spokespeople. Like when you have advertisement for Nike and Adidas, right? Nike and Adidas spokesperson from Asia both quit, saying that because you're against Chinese cotton, we're gonna support Chinese, or we're not gonna do any more commercial for you guys. And so they quit. But then the government is like, you know, it's not that big deal. We ought to shift it, right? So now Adidas is suing those spokespersons for large sum of money for breaking the contract. And they were like, that's okay. China will back us. And then China, no, we're done. So you're getting sued, not us. No, we're done. You know, sorry. It's a mess right now. It's a mess.
Yeah, it is a mess. I can, that's.
I wonder
think about social media and stuff. How much of that has helped, and how much of that doesn't really help sometimes.
I mean, I read the news because all that kind of stuff sometimes relates to my work, sometimes it doesn't. Because strategically, I need to tell my client to be flexible, weigh something out, not to take actions, that kind of stuff. So I had to read those news. But when I read those news, it's like, how, 21st century, we have this kind of issues?
Right.
Like, let's fight over cotton. And because they don't like our cotton, let's not buy their pineapples.
Right.
What? If you don't want to buy pineapple, no one's forcing you. You don't have to go on the news to talk about this. Right? So, honestly, I know this sounds really, really bad, but I'm really looking forward to have a war right now and just get it over with. I feel like a war will just take care of all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I really do. I feel like, because right now there's so many hold my hands, I'm gonna beat this guy up, but hold my hands, right? Kind of thing. It's like, don't pull me back, but then they reach in their hands like, just hold me so I can get into trouble. There's a lot of those. I'm just gonna bark. Got bark really loud. I'm gonna be, I feel like everybody's playing the North Korean right now. We're just gonna tell you we have the weapons and scare you so you bow down, right? So you do whatever we want. It feels like that, right? But it's like, but here's all you had to do is somebody accidentally one bomb, and they're like, oh shit, they were serious. That's gotta be over, right? Just one mistake. Woo. Oh shit, they were serious. Right? Then the whole thing, every argument will be done. They will be like, okay, let's have a peace talk, and that's it. It's over. Instead of this everyday thing, we already have to deal with COVID. We already have to deal with our social issues, and then we have to deal with that, right? And it's not fun to get the COVID vaccine too. Like I have a lot of people that I know got in their vaccine, and they literally told me that the next 2 days their arm hurt so much they can't even raise their arm. Martin, did you get your vaccine? No.
Fuck no.
And what I feel like, it's kind of weird how the government's doing this vaccine thing. They're like, you had to make an appointment. And then they're blaming not enough people to go. Well, they can't get into the appointment. You get it? Like, either people are not doing the appointment or they can't get into the appointment. Why don't you just let everybody, whoever wants it, to go in there and get it without appointment?
It would be chaos, man.
But that will show how many people want the vaccine.
Yeah, perhaps. I think that's not the question of how many people want it. I think it comes down to the appointments help people know when to go and expect. It sets expectations a lot better.
Right. You have all these people that doesn't care for vaccines booking their appointments, and treat it like whatever. When you have all these people that wants vaccines cannot get appointments.
Oh, I think you definitely should do standbys.
Right?
Like walk-in. You do a walk-in. Maybe you do both.
But even the standbys, well, they don't do walk-ins right now. They don't do any walk-ins. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta allow people to just walk.
That'd be the way to go, though. You schedule it, but then you can also do a walk-in.
Hashimoto! I mean, if you allow walk-ins, that's what exactly I'm saying. Let the people, whoever wants it, to go get it whenever they want. Do a walk-in, do it whatever, and schedule the second day, whatever. There are some people that's like dying to get. I know a lot of teachers are like, why couldn't we get it? We deal with other things, and they're like, well, you're not 60 or not 70 years old. You're not. It's like, if they want to do it, just let them have it. Literally send somebody, go to school and just give them all vaccines.
Yeah.
Right. That's all you have to do. Send some nurse with vaccine, go to the school, done. Every teacher. All right. Either you have a whole line of teachers that died, or you have a whole line of teachers that's fine.
Yeah. What's up, Hashimoto?
Just Linden SLC. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying, right? You got all those people that complain they can't get vaccine. Send one, one of those Blue Cross Blue Shield van over. That's done. There's no question. How many school zones are there?
How many schools are there?
How many schools per city?
Oh, man, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot.
One city, one zone. You have one school district, you probably have 3 schools in the one school district.
Nah, you have more than that, dude.
No.
In one school district?
Yeah, let me give you an idea. I'll give you an idea, brother.
So in Plano, Texas, we've got 3 senior high schools.
Within one school district?
Within one school district, divided by the sub-high schools, which is, okay, our senior high schools only have 11th and 12th grade. Then we have sub-high schools that have 10th and 11th, 9th and 10th grade. And there's like 8 of those. And then divided by middle schools and elementary schools.
Okay. So that's what, 9 schools?
So,
maybe per
33 elementary schools.
Elementary school in one school district?
Yeah, 33. Then we have 10 middle schools. And we have...
So Albert.
6.
Albert, so you live in Dallas, right? You said you live in Dallas?
6 high schools.
7 high schools. Which city are you in?
Mesquite.
Mesquite? So Mesquite has 10 elementary school.
No.
10 middle schools. 6 high schools and 33 elementary schools.
Why do you need 33 elementary school in one city?
Got a lot of kids.
There's a lot of kids, brother.
Holy shit, stop mating so much.
So yeah, it's
The city
Yeah, I
I
think
grew up, Lexington, we have 2 or 3 elementary school, we got 3 middle school, and we got 2 high school. That's it.
Yeah, no, it's not like that in Texas.
Dallas is worse.
And Framingham used to be the biggest town in the U.S. In Framingham, we have 3 high school, and I think 2 or 3 elementary school. We don't have that many schools.
Oh yeah, get this, 230 schools in Dallas ISD.
Holy crap! All right, that's a lot. But still, let's say if you get one van to go serve one school a day, that's doable. One van to serve one school, even just one person, just like you guys staying in a line, go done.
Yeah, we have 50 campuses. Would you say Plano?
Yeah, Plano. Plano ISD, how many?
67.
You know, it's almost like those Red Cross van. You know, you just stay in front of the school. Anybody who want to get it, just go in there and get it.
Yeah, that's complicated though, man.
Everything is complicated until you try.
Oh, I agree. I mean, like, you know, when do you give it? Do you give it during the day or do you give it in the evenings?
No, it's just one school day, right? So you just park there during the school day from 8 to, I don't know, 4 o'clock.
Because we're already strapped for subs, man. We don't have subs. So, like, I had to try to schedule mine after school so I can go get it. But there's a limited time after school.
It only takes 30 minutes to get that shot.
Oh,
max.
I agree.
And that's with waiting. Like, after you get a shot, they had to wait for 30 minutes, make sure you're not dead. And that was it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long. You take a shot, you wait 30 minutes. It doesn't take them to wait another 30 minutes to give the next person a shot. So.
Well, I agree. And you know, they had a certain number of people that they could do it, but yeah, it's a.
Howard County will have 42 elementary school, 20 middle school, 12 high school, and 3 special education school. Holy cow! Holy cow! That's a lot of school.
Special education schools too.
That's a lot of school. And I think I thought Massachusetts is the most educated place because we're most college and university and schools, but we don't. We don't. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know. I feel like, you know, well, obviously, I am getting my appointment made tomorrow. I actually got a text message that says you can make your appointment tomorrow. Because I'm special citizen. I don't have to wait until the 19th. Anyways, but still, that's crazy. That's crazy. My wife was complaining. She's like, "Why do you get to like schedule a time, but I haven't even got anything yet? We tried to apply for the same time." I was like, "SoySauceAssassin knows some people."
Yep.
But yeah, I am looking forward to just get it done with, and literally just not think about it. Just not think about it. It's one of those. I mean, when you, as a child in the U.S., you get all kind of vaccine done anyway. So yeah, there's you know, people have problem with the amount of test subject and all that stuff. I feel like there's enough test subject in front of me already. Like, how many people already got vaccinated? There's enough of those people already. So, have they decided the airline are going to require vaccine? Some airline already require vaccine. Some airlines, not all airlines, because they're like iffy about this. But I think because they're calling the airport a federal place, so if they can require vaccine. The moment that you walk into a federal building, which is the airport, they might just end up requiring. I know that some country already require vaccines, so if you gotta leave the country, you probably end up requiring vaccine. Again, vaccine does not prevent the infection of COVID-19. Vaccine prevent you from dying. All right, they already said it. It only reduces the chance of being infected, but it's 100% effective from dying. From 92, it was 99.97%. Now it's 99.9999%, or 100%, whatever you want to call it. So, well, I mean, if you don't die from it, then it's just the same as flu. The only thing that they do not give you the option is what vaccine you want to take, whatever they have on hand. Yes, but is that when you make the schedule, I think they already tell you which one they have and where. Right? So when you choose the location, they tell you which one is being administered where. Right? If you want to travel further away to get the 2 shot, you can. The problem with that is when they give you the shot for the 2 dose, the second they automatically schedule for the second one, you have no say in it. Right? They schedule for the second appointment, you have no say which day. They tell you that this is the day you need to take it. So, not preferred, but you know, I'm gonna end up getting it just so that I can bitch about it. You know, I don't get to bitch about it if I don't do something, right? You know, I can't say this cigar sucks if I never smoked the cigar. I'm gonna get the shot, and then you'll see I have some sort of like half my face don't move. I'm like, this thing sucks. Then you know.
I think you ought to wear the card in your hat, man.
Where the card? The card is like this big.
Like where?
You know, if I can't raise my right hand, you guys will know. You guys will know. So, yeah, I will schedule it tomorrow, and that's based on availability. Who knows? It might be after, before, whatever. Here, they don't tell you what they have when you show up. They tell you, really? Over here, I think the website, when you sign up for it, they tell you just choose a location and time. When you choose a location and time, they tell you which ones they are administering at that hospital. So, I have to go to South Carolina in May, so I'm curious about the airlines. You know, here's the thing, Jason. Would it be that much of trouble to get a vaccine? I mean, you can get it just to be safe, or you can don't get it and see what happens at that time, right? So things are changing. Obviously, they're hoping by summer enough people will have been vaccinated. It'll be fine. And I still don't see why U.S. is such a big deal right now, because if you go to China right now, they are already not using masks. Right? China is no longer using masks.
Hey, you could, Jason, you could find somebody that fixes vacuum cleaners, and they might just make you a card with your name on it.
What?
Yeah, like on Breaking Bad, the guy that would like relocate people, give you new identity.
But that's I'm saying, like, you know, basically I'm saying that it's not that bad to have the vaccine, even if the vaccine doesn't work, right? Like, even if the vaccine doesn't work, it saves you the trouble of wondering what I can do, what I cannot do, right? Because right now, that's the agenda they try to push, right? And then other companies, huh?
It's anti-American, man.
It is, but at the same time, it's American, it's capitalism to say that I gotta protect my company, so that I gotta make sure everybody uses vaccines. So when something does happen, I was like, wait, I only allow people with vaccines, so it's not my fault.
How are you gonna be in Texas, Hashimoto?
Hashimoto, right? So, you know, it is, yeah, against freedom. At the same time, it's capitalism, right? Every company want to cover their own ass. So by saying that everybody require a vaccine, that's really protecting their company. Not really protecting you, but protect the company in case there's one more outbreak somewhere in their company, right? They don't want us to say, hey, you know, the whole entire airplane got COVID-19 because you allow people with COVID-19 on. Well, I can say, as an airplane company or airline, we have mandated everybody to get a vaccine. So if you still got it, that's your fault. Right? So in America, you can sue for anything. You can sue for a grain of rice. Right? A thief went to your house, break a leg, they can sue you for it. Hashimoto. What's going on, Hashimoto?
You in the airport?
What's up? Yeah.
Which one?
Salt Lake. I just landed from Phoenix.
Oh.
You see that, Matt?
I'm classified as
Yeah,
one
see-
A1C phase because I work out of the hospital, so I qualified to get early vaccination. Just haven't done it. Yeah, just I will say, you know, as bad as that sound, as much as when people want to say anti-American, just do it, kind of thing, to save yourself the trouble. Is it that, you know? It's like this one person that's really annoying, keep talking to you in ears. All you had to do was to close your ear and not hear them, and but then you had to go close your ear, right? You just go do that. Just get a shot and call it a day. You know, get the weakest shot. Get that one dose shot that doesn't work for crap, and then call it a day. You know, at least you got a one piece of paper. So just let me do what I want because I already did what you guys want. Right?
Yep. I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. I understand it.
I mean, obviously you get it. You understand it because you don't have to. You are all set. Albert is all set.
No, it's not that, bro. It's not that. I mean, I understand the desire not to want it. I do. I understand it and I support it, man. It's like whatever.
Like I understand what people wanted to do is like my body. I actually make the choice. You guys like have this crappy drug. I really don't want to be the test rat, right? I really don't want to be the guinea pig. But at the same time, everybody's doing that and
I know.
to make things easier, right?
I'm not getting it because everybody's doing it. I'm getting it because it's only been on the market for less than a year.
Right. It's only been in the market for less than a year, but that could be any vaccine.
See, I never got the flu shot. Never did.
Never either.
We knew the flu shot was no good. They already told you the flu shot is only good for 40% because they mutate so quickly.
Yeah, I understand.
Right?
But I did it anyway because I'm in the school and all that kind of crap. But,
right.
You know, I wasn't happy about it. I didn't really enjoy it.
But that's like saying, like, you know, I get cold every year, and when I get cold, I still eat cold medicine. It doesn't prevent from getting cold next year, but I still gotta do it.
Yeah, I know.
Right? It's just like whatever that's easiest, whatever that makes things easy, whatever. Like one, it's like do it and forget it. For you, you're all set, right? So, you know, you don't have to worry about that. But you know, at the same time, all the other people who's not doing it is making the situation harder. Like, you know, the faster we get back to no mask, the better, right?
Dude, I don't know where you're getting back to no mask.
I mean, many other countries already done this. Yes, Matt.
Yeah, but now they're saying even that you got the vaccine, now they're telling you still need to wear your damn mask.
Yes.
For now. Because
come on, man.
Because even after you get the vaccine, there's a time period for you to get to be more protected. They're saying that when you mask, you're not preventing yourself from getting it. You're preventing others from getting it from you. Right? So, pneumonia vaccine worked for me. Flu shot has always hit or miss. Yeah, I mean, it's actually not that easy to get pneumonia to start with. But flu shot, it's a hit or miss because it's only 40% effective. And, you know, you're talking about 40 out of 4 or 5 different strains per year. So, that's actually a very low. You know, 40 is considered failure, right? 40, if you get a 40 in school, that's fail. So, like, I would just say it's only for the purpose to shut those people up so that you can do whatever you need to do. But other than that, it's no point.
But that's where, you know, and I'm not trying to make it political, but that's where the problem comes into play. The argument is a recursive argument. It's never going to end. It's not going to shut them up. There'll be something else that comes on the horizon that, oh, we got to do this now, and blah, blah, blah. And so,
my issue is that China is already not using masks, and now they're flipping the table to say that U.S. is spreading everywhere else because we refuse to do all those things to prevent it.
Yeah, perhaps. But.
Right? But because we want freedom, we want the rights to protect ourselves, do whatever we need to, and care about for ourselves, for our body. But at the same time, now the other countries, every other country is saying that, you know, we all got lowered. We got to a situation where we don't need masks anymore. You guys are still spreading it because you guys refuse to do it. Right?
For me, I mean, I've always been the type of person where I don't do shit just to please people. So, I mean, I haven't gotten COVID. I mean, thank God.
Okay, so Martin, let's say you're not getting the vaccine because it's only been on the market for 1 year, right?
That's one reason.
Okay, so let's say by next year, if people are still using that vaccine, would you take it?
After it's been tested and
By next year, you've been tested over 100 million people, right? So
But you won't get it because it's a year old. It's too old now.
now it's 2 years into it. 100 million people had it. Totally fine. Would you take it?
then I would consider it.
Okay, third year, would you take it?
Maybe.
Fourth year, would you take it?
Probably.
See, this is all like, not really. It's not
See,
really.
the thing is, I mean, I'm not going to take it to please someone. That's my main thing. I'm not going to take it just because everybody's doing it. I'm not going to go fucking jump off a cliff because everybody's doing it.
Hey, if everybody's jumping off a cliff, there might be something good at the end of the cliff.
So maybe we're approaching it wrong. Martine, we don't want you to take the vaccine, man. Don't do it, okay?
That's fine. Well, that too.
No, in the end, I'm not saying that you guys have to. I'm just saying that I think that will be one solution to not care about it. Right? Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
people already got it, sure. But
Yeah,
if
it's
you
going in
ask
that
me,
direction.
if you ask me, can I spend 30 minutes to get a shot where I don't have to worry about not being able to taste my cigar for a whole month? I would.
Yeah.
But if I do end up getting it and not taste anything for a whole month, I'm gonna start tasting all kind of nasty shit just for the heck of it. You know, I'm gonna try to smoke a cigar, dip into some like hot sauce and stuff like that, just to see what happens. Albert, would you able to taste like hot sauce when you can taste?
I didn't completely lose all my taste. I can still kind of know what I was eating, but it was different. I mean, it was very different. It wasn't full on. You know what I mean?
Because I would love to. I know this one guy is like, I got COVID, I'm gonna do this, and he was drinking like vinegar and all that stuff. Nothing,
Yeah, no,
nothing.
I think I could taste a little bit, but the smell was completely gone, and that worried me more. It probably would have been worse if I couldn't taste anything.
That will be the week I'm going on a diet because I'll be apple cider vinegar all day, every day. Because that thing just tastes nasty, right? Well, I can't taste it. I'm just gonna drink it all like a soda every day. Can taste it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was pretty scary. I didn't enjoy that. I hated that. And thank God I didn't have it as bad as Travis did, man. That sucks, man. I feel bad for Travis because he went a real long time with it.
Because you really don't know when you get it back. You just all of a sudden realize that you got it back, but you don't know when you actually got it back.
Yeah, and what would happen is I would smell. Because I tried the coffee. We had a little bag of coffee, pre-ground coffee, and I'd go in and smell that, and toward the very end, I could get like a whiff of it in the very beginning, but then I'd lose it like within like a second or two, and oh shit. But over time, I was able about a week, I was able to start smelling more, to where I could smell the whole thing. But yeah, it was that first little whiff, and I was trying to figure out if it was a phantom smell. You know how you have like a
you thought you smelled it, but you really didn't, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was afraid it was that, but I kind of felt like it was a real smell. I was really smelling it, but yeah, it was strange. It was very strange.
I will definitely know when I lost my smell because my wife, she uses one of those like body butter that smell like pina colada, super ultra sweet pina colada.
Right.
So if I don't smell it, I will know that I lost my smell because like she can be on the third floor, I can smell it from the second floor.
Now my daughter, she only had like 3 days of no smell. And she got it back pretty quick. So
it really depends when your brain decides to reroute that sense. Like, it's all the nerve and signal, right? And one signal gets blocked, you had to get it somewhere else. So, and just when that turn around, just like some people might have a herniated disc and they lost feeling of their foot or legs or whatever, right? And after surgery, everybody have a different amount of time to be able to feel their foot again. So
Right. Yeah.
It looks like Matt is lost, and Matt just keep walking. I feel like he doesn't know where he's going.
I'm here at my here getting my bag now.
Hey Matt, you should get on those things that you like stand and it walks for you.
Segway?
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that.
That's all about cardio.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore bro. Like I do, like anything easy. I don't. I go around that shit. I want to do it. I want to earn it.
He's gonna earn his way to pick up his luggage.
Yep. My exercise, man. I gotta get my steps in, right?
hey, whatever it takes.
Yeah, that's for the lazy people, because then you get used to that shit. It's like sitting on those fucking carts at the grocery store, you know? You get used to that shit, and then you'll never want to walk again.
You can't really say that. I mean, that's the same thing as driving. If you drive, you don't want to be like, I don't want to walk.
Well, that's different. Driving.
Yeah, walk
different.
home. Walk home, man.
Yeah.
Earn your way. Start walking home from the airport.
Yeah. I won't get there for like 3 days.
But I do feel like that's the problem though. Like when you're in high school, when you're in like grade school, if somebody says you got to go through, a mile walk, 2 buses just to get to the mall, you'll do it. Nowadays, when you drive to the mall, you're like 5 cars away. That's too far of a walk. Let's get closer.
Oh yeah, when we were kids, man, you'd do anything, right? You'd ride your bikes, you'd walk, you'd do anything.
You'll take 2 hours to get to the mall. You'll do it. But now, like even if you drive to the mall, like by the time you get to the mall, you're like, I need to park 5 steps away from the door.
Yeah, but like the gym, right? You go to the gym and you got to park up front. You get pissed if you got to walk.
Well, I think we used to do that stuff when we were kids because we had that element of danger, like we knew we could get in trouble for it. So.
Well, even if you won't get in trouble for it, like it's planned it. You're like, Mom, I'm going to the mall. You gotta get like 2 hours to get to the mall, but you still do it.
Oh no, we couldn't go without getting in trouble. Like my mom wouldn't let us walk. She would be like, no, you're not walking. But we'd want to walk. So she'd get pissed off because we'd take off when she's working, and then we'd try to be home before she got home. And sometimes it didn't work that way. We got caught.
For us over here, the mall is actually on the highway.
So Hashimoto, man, there's a question for you about the flights, the airplanes, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Have they decided that the airlines are going to require a vaccine?
No, they can't. It's against your constitutional right.
No, because that's not. Because you choose an airline. Airline is an operating company, so you can choose not to ride it.
But it's against HIPAA to tell them whether you got the vaccine or not.
Say that again.
HIPAA, you got the law of HIPAA. You don't have to tell anybody your medical background.
Yeah, but right now, if they require it, then you have to disclose it.
Well, they can't require it.
Well, of course they can. Like for example, cruises right now are requiring vaccine to be on the cruise. So that means you literally have to show proof of vaccination before you can get on the cruise.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
They already did.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What mean you don't think so? They already announced it.
Hey, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't cruise, so I don't give a shit.
Didn't like there was a couple airline already required that. That's why they start using what's called a digital vaccine passport. You just have to scan it.
I haven't heard any of that.
I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere that was the case.
I know I heard something about having like a passport, but that was to travel outside the country.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
Somebody else said it would be a HIPAA violation. That's Yazzer.
I I think I read it somewhere that some airline companies already try to mandate it.
Well, I don't know how they're trying to mandate it when not everybody's been, vaccinated yet.
Yeah, you got that. That's true.
Well, for one, I know to travel to China, you have to be vaccinated. So.
Bend over.
Yeah, we already have.
Yeah.
We already have, hadn't we, Matt?
Yazoo says airline works under federal regulation, and the federal government will have to require for it to be enforced. And you think they're not? That's the question. Whether or not federal government is gonna go, yeah, we gotta require it. Right?
I don't know.
Because they are like some airline already like if you travel somewhere, they require like 2 days prior test results and stuff like that. That's technically disclosing your medical background, no?
So what scares me about this whole thing, Tony, is that we're talking about a virus that is 99.97%, people living rate. And this is what we've done all this shit. What happens when something else comes out pretty soon that, it actually starts killing people?
Well, the people are not too worried about death per se. They're worried about long-term sustaining damages.
But what I'm saying, if all this took place in this past year for stuff that really didn't kill everybody, what are they going to do when the stuff really, if something comes out that really does?
Again, they would just have to do something. Like when SARS came out, there was a huge panic for a while, right? Same thing. They restricted everything, right? They closed down countries.
But it didn't. Not us. We didn't close down
because we didn't have it. We did not have SARS issues, right? And literally disappeared by summer. So.
Right. Well, true.
But like something like Ebola, if you guys remember that, the outbreak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, that people was dying from it. Like I'm not too worried about dying, but like it's pretty embarrassing when you explosive diarrhea and vomit at the same time. That's not pretty. But they were wearing bubble suits. Going places.
We had a hospital in Dallas that was pretty bad shape over that.
Right. So people do worry about it. I think the biggest thing is that this thing spreads so fast, right? It spreads like flu. It's fast. Everybody gets it, right? Now, because everybody gets it, you get a lot of people panicking, right? Yeah. And since there's no way to say somebody died from COVID, it's anything that's death that had a COVID virus in there, that's considered COVID death. Now, that calculation gets you a large number of deaths, right? And that's just politically doesn't look good. Right? Politically doesn't look good. At the same time, you get the other party keep blaming you, the current party, to say, hey, you didn't do enough. You didn't do shit. And then that riled up to something big.
Right.
Right? And then it's like a job security for the CDC. Everybody in the CDC is like bonuses. We got our jobs, And now that you get the CDC come on to say, to use the word impending doom. What impending doom? All the other countries are fine. What impending doom? Right? So.
I was more scared of Ebola than fucking Corona.
That's when. Like right now, it's literally the CDC that's scaring people, but CDC can control things, right? Control how we live our life, how business can survive. Well, now it sounds like they want the business to all fail and just die, right? I mean, at this point, you either died of poverty or you died of the disease. Which one you choose, right? A lot of people they can't work. They can't work, right? They can't work. They have no money. I mean, $1,400 every 6 months, that's actually not enough to do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you get it every month in New York, that's like pocket money. Like you can't even get a box to sleep in for $1,400 a month, right? And let's say if they make that reoccurring, which is great, that means, you know, 5 boxes of cigar every month, that's fine, but it's not doing anything for anybody, right?
Right.
That would just cause a huge inflation, and then next thing you know, $1,400 can buy you 1 pack of Charmin's toilet paper. So we're in the, like, when you scare yourself to make something that's that big of a deal, it makes living harder.
Oh yeah, it does. And it's getting, and you know, they talked about delaying the rent, you know, in Dallas County or something like that for another 3 months. But all back rent's going to be due in 3 months. People
Right now
can't
they
afford
have an eviction like a law extended, right? But you gotta know, if they don't get evicted, the landlord don't have money. A lot of the landlords are actually retirees, so
Right.
that means they have no income.
Right.
So
So what's going to happen is in 3 months they're going to get evicted, and nobody's getting money then either. So it's going to be screwed.
yes, Matt.
Just don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna be driving, so I'm just gonna listen.
When you raise your hand to tell us, don't mind you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you know, I feel like the next recession is coming, which sucks. Yes, Albert.
I think Matt uses raise hand thing incorrectly.
Say the person who just.
Raise your hand if you agree.
Yes, Martin. Yes, Martin.
Raise your hand if you agree.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
This is a strong little cigar, man. This
What-
is a strong little cigar.
You smoke
The short
The little
stack?
Black-
Oh no.
the
Okay, the Black
Black
Friday. Yeah.
Black Friday?
Well, it's not called Black Friday for no reason, you know.
It's
Camacho,
Black-
Connecticut. I love it.
Box press. That's a good cigar.
Are you smoking the Black Friday?
I am.
Right on. That's a good cigar right there.
It's a stout little cigar, man.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I love it.
I want to travel to China around October. I don't think that's gonna happen right now. I don't think it's gonna happen right now. So maybe I'll travel sometime next year. I feel like this year is gonna be such a problem. All the regulation changes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a pretty one. The only
Well-
flight I had to deal with now is the one to fly to Arizona, which I think is gonna be easy peasy,
That'll be easy.
right?
I'm
And
looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. So am I.
I just came back from there today, man. It was 90 degrees today.
Yep, I believe it. Did it feel hotter in the airport?
Nah, it was nice and cool in the airport.
Oh man, when I had a connecting flight in Arizona, we got out of the airplane. It felt hot, like, and it was only 70 degrees, but it felt hot.
Well, it's
there.
probably because you guys aren't used to that type of weather there.
Yeah.
So it hit you different. That's like how it is when I get into Dallas. I get off the airplane, and as soon as I get on that jet walk, man, I'm like, holy crap.
Like you're felt
No,
like
that's the jet walks suck, man. That's not Dallas weather. That's something different.
Wait,
Nah,
so
dude,
Matt,
because it's open to the air.
No,
Okay.
but it's like a little oven in there, man. It's an oven.
But you can feel the humidity.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can do
Martin.
that. You feel that.
so Matt, you flew in on a jet?
Well, yeah, I flew in on a jet.
You fly in on your personal jet?
Yeah, he's got that. He's got it.
No, that was my helicopter.
Carbon footprint.
Jason says, according to the Spanish time traveler on TikTok, the human race is extincted by 2027. Well, so far, all the prediction for human extinction has been false. So, you know, humans are the parasite of the world. Just like cockroaches, we don't die. We don't extinct. We reproduce very quickly.
We're like gremlins, man. You get us wet, we just multiply. Don't feed us after midnight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was hopeful for this year to have more cigar releases, more different things. So far, we got a few, but I still don't feel like it's enough. It's not like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you know? Every other month there was something new.
Yep.
It feels like times are moving fast, but things are moving slow.
I think the cigar manufacturers are still struggling,
Yeah.
like the factories.
You would think that, you know, when it comes to cigar blend, they plan for like way ahead of time because they need to make it, age it, and all that stuff.
I don't think they can, dude.
I'm just hoping for more excitement, more new stuff, more anything. More, you know, right now at this moment, it feels pretty good to be cheated by Avo right now. Right? If Avo want to release something new but it's really old, it makes me feel good. That's fine. It just feels like that right now.
Oh, we'll just take something from Albo Jr.
I'd rather die. Good thing I didn't get anything from him. I mean, I can't believe that was something different. You know, for a new group, that was something different.
In the hat.
I thought that
Wonder
was
how many other
fresh.
groups he did that too. How many other groups did he do that to? I wonder.
Oh,
Probably a lot. Probably every single group that he can get into.
Yep.
I wonder if he did it to Cigar Dojo. That would be funny because Cigar Dojo work like very closely with Davidoff. So imagine Alvo's like, yeah, Alvo's my grandfather. And they're like, no, you can't use that name, yo. I don't know. That would be very different. I don't know. So this week, I just had to send out those prizes. Those things are heavy. The cups are very heavy. They're like 1.5 pounds. So I had to figure out best way to send those because I think it will cost like $10 just to ship them. It's ridiculous. And I'll ship those out. I will run some other giveaways sometime next month.
Let's play Albert Wins next time.
Is that dry bagging?
No. That's just. It's a good game, man.
Okay, we can play Albert wins. The prize is that Albert gets a hit, say he wins. That's it. You know, I want to give away some more stuff. I was cleaning up a lot of stuff, and I found more hats. I found more hats. Like I literally found more Shadow Smokes Legion hats. Older version, the skulls and stuff. Hold on. I found these. I got some of these.
Oh wow.
So I guess I didn't throw them away. I got 3 more somewhere over the rainbow. I actually found some beanies, believe it or not. So I need to start giving away some stuff so I can clean this up because my basement is a mess.
Are they full grown beanies or were they beanie babies?
I think they are granny grown.
All right.
They're old. So
That was okay, right? I mean, that was.
I don't know. I used to collect beanie babies.
I believe it. How much do you have? Or did you get rid of them? Did you dump them?
I have about 100 beanie babies.
You still have?
No. I donated to homeless shelter.
Yeah, there you go. So get this, man. My youngest, actually, my son had to have a white tiger. He got a white tiger Beanie Baby, and we could only get it at the Fort Worth Zoo. And he freaking lost it somehow.
Wow.
So we're driving our ass back out to Fort Worth to get another one. But when we get it, it doesn't smell the same.
What?
Right. It doesn't.
How does it smell like?
Well, this was after, a couple of years of slobber and everything on it. Because, like, she tried washing the Beanie Baby, and he got pissed because it didn't smell right.
Yeah, just had to slobber over it a few times. Get the dog to chew on it a few times.
We finally got it back, and then he loses it somehow. And so we're driving out to Fort Worth to get another Beanie Baby. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Things you do for your kids.
I know, right? But then,
And I think she still has it. I think how moms keep stuff. I think she kept it. So.
Yeah, I keep some of the dolls that I get with the sentimental value, but something I collect, something like Beanie Babies, I didn't care for it. I just do it for fun, It's like whenever you walk around, you get like a limited edition one, the retired ones, you get it,
You can get the logo on the foot of one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or on the, get the Shadow Smoker Legion.
Show the bottom is like a skull.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Only thing that I really collect right now is all my like models and Gundams and stuff like that. I don't really buy much other stuff now, because I'm running out of space. Like I have way too many. I can open a Gundam store tomorrow and nobody will bat an eye.
Yeah, we got. So I know somebody calls them dustables.
Say what?
Dustables. Those are things you dust all the time because they just sit and collect dust.
They're all in an individual box. So I saved the box and the runner. They call those the runner. The things that you cut the model off, they're runners. I keep all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So even after I put them together, I keep the runners. Like I can just randomly grab one right now. See, they're all in bags.
Oh, okay.
Even though I already put it together, I keep these runners. So.
Oh, I see. Yep.
And I put them neatly back in the box and let it sit for another 20 years.
So you see that guy Winter Garden or something like that? He makes that music machine.
The automated music machine?
Well, he spins this wheel and then he spins a flywheel. He spins a flywheel.
Yeah. He has been modifying it constantly too.
Yeah. That guy's amazing, right?
Yeah.
He was showing how he stores his plywood and then how he saves the cutouts or the runners, if you want to call it that, because he considers that art. He's like, that's artistic.
It is. Not only that, and the next time he needs to replace a part, he have a mold to do that. So.
Yep. Well, yeah, but he has the CNC. It's all CNC cut out anyway, right? But it was just neat the way he was looking at that as being artistic.
That's a lot of work.
Go ahead.
He have episodes after episodes of him tuning those things because they will miss. It will jam up and all that stuff. He will always have to make corrections. And eventually it works, and then he will play music. It's crazy.
Well, he has a episode where he talks about why he had to do Marble X or why he had to. Well, he kept doing updates to it, and finally he says, "You know what? I got to redo it." And he goes through the math of it all. He talks about the math of why he had to just redo the whole thing, and so he was disassembling some of his stuff, and he was like, "Wow," he goes. I actually got really emotional about tearing this thing apart because this is like hours and hours and hours of my life that I'm putting in a trash bin because, it was amazing. It was amazing.
I remember there was one episode where he put a grinder on a drill to grind down that flywheel that was vibrating because it was not true circle. And that took him hours, and in the end, he doesn't do shit. He had to make a new one. So that's a whole day of work. That's a lot of work. So
Well, the one I was looking at, he was talking about. He had some parts made with a cutter, like a laser cutter, and so it was these metal parts made, cut with lasers. And he said that he had to do something like 10,000 or 20,000 different operations to all those parts, all the
he
steps.
holds a Guinness World Record, right?
I don't know. I guess maybe I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that's a lot of pieces that he put together to play a self-operating machine. That's a lot of work.
He's very transparent about it, right? And so what's amazing to me is how the amount of work that he had to edit those videos. I don't know if he has someone doing that with him or for him.
I feel like somebody else did the video for him because, if you're doing all that full time, you don't have the time to sit down and edit video.
Yeah, I'll see how you do, right?
Yeah. So I don't think so. That's a lot of work. That's dedication, a hobby and dedication, and a lot of money too. You gotta keep buying parts and stuff, and doing all those things. And I don't know if you have a day job, but that's a lot of time to spend on a hobby.
Well, he obviously tours, right? I mean, he goes around and shows it.
Well, he can go around and shows it, but the transit of that thing is it gonna make the money? So.
Oh, probably not. But he does concerts, right? So I mean, there's that.
Israel with Palestine? Neither. You try to ask an agent about either word? I don't care. Sorry, bro. Asked the wrong person.
I wonder what his first name is. Is it Richard or like what? What do you think?
I guess. What's other ways of saying? Yeah. Star speed. That sounds like the galaxy one thing. The.
But honestly, isn't it both?
Star Lore or something like that.
Isn't it both? Like, can you not root for both sides?
That's the thing. I root for neither. I don't. I don't live there, so their internal issue isn't my issue.
I mean, in a way, it is because there's the United States backs Israel, obviously, but at least the majority.
The U.S. government backs it.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
not
majority.
U.S. people backs it.
Well, I would say it's probably a majority.
Right? I think to most people it's indifferent. Like when you think about a lot of things in the world, it's indifferent, right? Like how many countries are within that one small area of Africa? And then if they just pull out 2 countries, we won't even heard of it. And we're like, choose one? I don't know. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, it's just like, I don't know what to back it. Okay, if you choose what, then what? Shout out what? What does that mean?
I don't know. Are we supposed to Google that or something?
Am I supposed to Google that? Come on, you're giving me too much work. 6 minutes before I end the show. Come on.
Yeah.
If you gotta ask weird questions, give me context because you're not giving me context.
Yeah, context is important nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
It's making me Google this thing.
Well, 6 minutes left of the show, but I'm lighting a new cigar.
I know, right? I mean, what is this? What is this? Some kind of female? Is that like a photographer or something like that? I don't know.
Was that Spiro Agnew's daughter or something?
See, I must be out of touch because I don't know who that is. So, dude, that's like going to a cigar show, talking about like guinea pig racing. All right, like no one's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like we don't have to go so far at guinea pig racing. Even if you ask me about horse racing, I know nothing about horse racing. Even though I have won a silver in turkey racing, I still don't know how that works. But I don't know. Now, people who randomly come to this show and wanted to see if whatever you want to troll or you want to have fun, whatever, make sure that whatever you talk about has a context, have something that we can follow on, like at least something that I can pretend that I know what I'm talking about.
It'd be entertaining,
Yeah.
At least entertain us.
Like if you want to make me choose something, get something like fork or chopstick. Then I can relate to that, right?
Apple or Android.
Well, definitely Android. Kidding me?
But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. But yeah, something I can relate to, right? Like Robusto or Toro, something like that we can relate to. You give me like Israel, Palestine, I can't relate to that. And then you have a shout out of someone that I completely don't even relate to, unless the person knows me. I'm not gonna shout out to this person because I don't know them.
Yeah, we don't know, man.
Yeah, right? Come on, give a little context, give it a little thought before you type it in. Use your brain first before you use your fingers.
Or don't think so much about it. Yeah, you got to find a happy medium in there.
Well, no, you got to think 3 times before you do something.
Maybe Dick is thinking too much about it. He needs to lighten up and not think as much.
No, he needs to think about it because you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, okay. A massive fan. Let me see what we got.
Okay, who's Callie Agnew? Is that like a Twitch streamer or something?
No, I guarantee this person is just like the last time. We're like, oh, my friend got me here, right? No.
Yep.
So yeah.
What was that? Wait, what was that last person's name? It was weird. It was a weird name.
I can't remember that person's name either. But
Yeah, well-
here, if it's a massive fan of the show, you must know what my name is, right? So what's my name?
Right.
Say my name.
Say my name. Right? If you're a mass. No. Last time I talked to him was like at beginning of the month, right? Beginning of the month. He said that he's actually recovering, so he's gonna fly back to California. But he haven't said anything after that. So I think that was like a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, he said he was gonna fly back, and once he gets back, I guess he will update us. Cause he sounds okay now. Like from the phone, he sounds okay. Right? So it's really like when he feel comfortable enough to come back. I don't know, like he had to drive that long distance, right? To drive that long distance, he better feel well enough to drive that long distance because it's people don't realize that driving does put a lot of pressure on your body at long distance, right? So I don't know what's up with him, but he said he will update me when he comes back, but he hasn't. So I'll assume that he haven't yet. But he said he's also dealing with a lot of shit too. So during the COVID stuff that he had to deal with. So. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have. But that's a good call, though. I will try to follow up with him again to see what's going on. I don't know if Michael already followed up with him already, but we'll follow up to see what's going on, right? My team, man, I was gonna find a reason to send you some stuff, and then next thing you know, you got a box from Punch. What the hell?
Well, I only had 2 in there.
So now what I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna think about it. I was gonna give myself a good reason to get rid of this box right here. So.
See, I think you just like the shout-outs. I like bringing people to join us on these live chats, but I don't know who this Callie Agnew is.
Massive fan, though. Massive fan. So.
Massive fan, but we've never heard of Callie Agnew.
I just don't like. A lot of time people use the name that sounds like something else, and then once you read it, you realize it's something else. So I don't read those names anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So. Anyways,
Yeah,
11 o'clock, Wednesday. Did you just light up another cigar? It's gonna take you a while, isn't it? Which one is
I
that?
know for a little bit.
Got the payback from Room 101.
Oh, here we go.
Martine, I'll hang out with you a little bit, man.
Cool. So we'll do after show then. So Yeah, that's it for Wednesday.
still here.
We'll see you guys on Saturday. Hopefully by then some of my new cigar will get here because all my new cigars I want to show you guys is never here. They are somewhere on the boat of Ever Given.
Hey, but at least the canal's open, right?
Yeah, canal's open and then they lost like $9 billion or something like that. So I don't even know how they lose $9 billion because they still gotta get there.
Hey, you know what? It's like we all lost money, man. You know.
Oh, in
Join
the end, they didn't lose shit. We did. There's the food, things that gotta get more expensive. We did. We lost the money. So I don't know. Anyways,
Yes,
after
whatever.
show, I'll see.